What's up, guys? So, we finally have something other than screenshots. This is still part of the early part of the marketing. It's not a game trailer and it's not gameplay footage, but it's another teaser, which I'm enjoying this. The game is really just right around the corner. I love the timing of everything. Uh, yeah, I'd much rather have the way they're doing it right now than what you see with a lot of developers giving you gameplay or trailer, and then you don't get the game for more than a year. So let's just move forward. And I took the sound off. This is from Real Radman's channel. He's the only one that I found who had a high quality image. Uh, the uh, the video that was on Twitter is a compressed video. I think it was only it looked 480p, to be honest. It was not high quality. So I guess that's the compression. So yeah, I'm gonna put a link in the description to Real Radman's video. You can check out his thoughts on it, which are not really that different from mine. So yeah, let's move forward. And as I said, I took the sound off there. They just have some sort of dramatic music in the background. But what you see here, yeah, it's just a teaser. But I really like this. This is how the game is going to look. Unlike the overly stylized screenshots, the lighting here is more like this looks like something you might see pre-race, right? Maybe, obviously unfinished, right? But I would, you know, see this as something like a pre-race part of the presentation. Maybe you'll hear an announcer. Maybe you'll see cars in the pits, right? Because over here you got the pits, but no, no cars. Um, just that kind of visuals that you would expect to see. I like what I'm seeing. I think this looks great. The thing that is most impressive to me is the crowd. You have hardly any empty seats. The entire grandstand's full, and look, almost everybody's moving, and there's so much detail with every individual person in the crowd. Look at the detail. That's amazing. And I'll talk about that in a second because there's something else here, right? If you look in the background, everything looks great. But there is one small issue that I spotted. And if you, yeah, you could see the trees in the distance. And that's a close up, right? So when you obviously when you're playing the game, you're not going to get that close to that something that's meant to be in the distance. But there is something off here. Um, the images, the trees are flat. They're almost 2D like. And when you compare it to the higher resolution part of everything else, it's almost like jarring. So yeah, that doesn't look right. I would expect that they probably do something to fix that. Yeah, see, you could see it right there in the distance. Hold on a second. Right there. It kind of sticks out. Like the lighting on the trees, it just looks odd compared to everything else. So yeah, that's something they could tweak, they could fix that. One of the reasons I think is there's a lot going on here, right? This is what the game's going to look like. There's a lot of detail everywhere else. The fencing, everything looks perfect. The crowd, to have that much of a crowd and have them moving, and you could almost pick out people individually. This is a lot of detail. Most race games don't have this level of detail when it comes to things in the background, like the crowd and stuff. And that might be one of the reasons why. And Radman points this out, and I agree. Um, there's a lot especially in a NASCAR game. You have 40 cars on the track. Okay, so you're gonna have that going on, and the crowd that's moving, and this many people with this level of detail. There is gonna be some trade-off, and sometimes the things that are furthest in the distance kind of take a back seat. It's tough to have the game engine push this level of detail, and then you got to consider this has to run on consoles. Even though these next gen consoles are going to be much more powerful, they're still going to have to work on last gen consoles. I'm talking about PS4, not PS3, of course. Uh, there's a lot going on here. And if you play on PC, you have 1,000 different settings. And if you jack everything up to ultra, there's a trade-off. A lot of times your frame rate will suffer, things like that. You don't want to have a game that doesn't run smooth, if it's a racing game especially, right? So they don't want this thing to be choppy. And as you could see, the crowd is moving nice and fluid. It looks amazing. And look at the level of detail on the track surface. These are the things that, as you're playing the game, it's going to be closer to you. So that's where you want the detail. And that's why you'll see things that are far in the distance, like here, the trees, don't look as good as it should. Now, it's possible they can fix that. And I'm sure, especially this is the first game, they're going to keep tweaking things. And who knows, maybe even for this game, they're going to go in there and play with the shading. I think simply playing with the shading, right? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert. It's just that this, and then you have the stands here. There is a kind of a jarring thing. It doesn't look right. But that's the only thing I could really nitpick in this whole video, which is very short, but it's meant to be a teaser. Now, I notice a lot of people complaining, people saying, I've seen people saying on Twitter, uh, oh, it looks like like NASCAR Heat, like a Heat game. You're out of your fucking mind. Now, if you're looking at the video in Twitter, like I said, it's a low compression 480p video. It's kind of blurry. It's just a bad compression. That's all it is. And I think some people see that and say, why does this not look as crisp as the screenshots? That's why. This video right here, I have it at 1060. Not 1060, 1080p. So I don't know where Radman got this screenshot. I mean this video clip, because I looked everywhere. Which is why I'm using his clip. Go check out his video. But it's much more detailed. It looks better, and I think a lot of those people are looking at that 480p image, and they're like, doesn't look anywhere near as good as the screenshots. That's what it is. But I have a hard time believing anybody can look at this and not be impressed. And to see the crowd in motion, that many people, that takes a lot of computing power. And look at that detail in the track surface. Look at that crowd. So I know there's people that are going to say, who cares about the crowd? But it's a level of detail we have yet to see in a NASCAR game. And you could literally pick out individuals. It's like everybody's moving. Like there it's I'm impressed. It looks great. And the lighting here that you see, it's not like what you see in the screenshots, and that's what I told you guys. They're giving you more of an artistic view of the game through the screenshots. Um, this is what the game's gonna look like, and I couldn't be happier. I love it. I love the way it looks. It's early. I know people want to see cars on the track. They want to see a trailer. They want to know details. It's coming, guys. I promise you. Um, it's a good thing. that things are moving along like this. They're gonna release more information. The game is just around the corner. This is the way I prefer that a developer handles the marketing. Um, I mean, I remember how excited I was when the first Grand Theft Auto 5 trailer came out and the first Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer came out. But then you had to wait for almost 2 years for those games. This is better, okay? Enjoy it. Enjoy the appetizer. We're gonna get more information. There's gonna be more detail, and I love it. I'm excited. I really, this is what marketing is supposed to do. So, like I said, the only nitpick is the trees in the background, in the distance, and they can fix that. But like I said, you got to consider it's a NASCAR game. You're gonna have 40 cars on the track doing their own thing, and a crowd that's moving in detail like that. This shot right here, it's like it's amazing. And there's Radman. So I hope Radman is okay with me using the video. But I'm going to put a link in the description. Please go check out his video. Um, and if he's not okay with it, I don't know. I guess I'll have to take it down. I hope not. Um, he's let me use his footage before. I should have asked permission, but I was so excited. I wanted to talk about it. And if you hear Radman's thoughts on this, I'm pretty much on the same page. I agree with most of what he said. And yes, um, this takes up a lot of uh, computing power. And to have the whole crowd moving like that and they're so detailed, I'm really impressed. So, yeah, it's more of a tease. I'm enjoying the marketing for what it is. And they're going to release more information. So, take a chill pill, guys. Um, enjoy it. It's some people are acting like we're never gonna get a game trailer, like we're not gonna see gameplay footage. We're not gonna get actual details of the game. It's coming, guys. Relax. And the fact that we're so close to a release of the game, that should excite people even more. Everybody's talking about it in the community. That is, uh, and even people that are complaining about wanting more, think about it. That means that the marketing's working. It's not, there's like, I've seen a handful of people complain that they're not impressed with how the game looks. What are you going to do? You're not going to please everyone. But I am very excited, at least up to this point. So I can't wait to see what's next. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of this footage, and do you agree or disagree with me? And go check out Radman's video, and I'll put the link to the in the description box to his video. So later.